Hello, friends. Today is Thursday, February 16th. I actually remembered the date today, so hey, that's cool. I figured I'd record this before I begin my game dev spree, more or less. I actually even have a schedule set up, so unlike Tuesday, I will remember to take breaks, and I'll even set a reminder on my computer, be like, hey, remind me at like 2 to take a break. Make sure I'm stretching, drinking water, all that jazz. I'm actually probably about to grab water right after I finish this vlog because I will be starting at 12 noon, which is in 15 minutes. It's been a productive morning already. I rendered yesterday's vlog, which is already posted by now, so, whatever. Time travel and all that. And I got some writing done too. I didn't expect to write as long as I did. I started chapter 18 in my book, and I just kept writing until it was finished. Next thing I knew, it had been like 40 minutes, so much longer than my anticipated 15 minutes of writing. But hey, I got my daily writing done, so I think that's pretty fantastic. I'm looking forward to making more progress in my game today. I feel good about having a set schedule. I'm hoping it will keep me on track and preferably prevent distractions. So I will try not listening to music on YouTube or anything like that. I'll only do so if I'm starting to get really bored, but I don't anticipate that being a problem with game development because developing with RPG Maker is very easy, and you can test the game whenever you want and things like that, which I really appreciate. I think Game Maker does the same thing, but I appreciate just being able to test the game right out the bat, and right out the gate, I guess. I keep combining the phrases right out the gate and right off the bat, I've noticed. I've done that for years, and I only just now picked up on that. Anyway, I went off on a tangent. I appreciate having the ability to test the game in-engine just right away, because that helps a lot. Especially if you're developing like a really long cutscene, and you end up making one of the characters not move fast enough or something like that and interrupts the flow. You can go back and just fix it real quick. Or if there are typos you didn't see, because my laptop resolution is very high, and RPG Maker matches that resolution, and as a result, everything in RPG Maker becomes very small. So does the text. And I woke up this morning with my eyes kind of screwed up. It actually took me a while to see properly, and I kind of wonder if looking at RPG Maker extensively is doing that, because the text is very small. So it's hard for me to pick up on typos until I see the text in-game, because in-game the text appears much larger. So I think that's another reason for me to start taking breaks, so I don't stare at the screen for 9 hours straight. But that's my goal. My goal is to work on the game from 12 noon to 8:30 p.m. with breaks spread out in between, so it's like a regular 8-hour work shift, basically. And my goal is to just make progress. I'm not exactly looking to make a certain amount of progress. My goal is to just make progress and put in the effort to actually create the game I want. And as far as game development, there are a number of tasks I can do that will count towards working for it. The main part is actually developing the game itself. So that is being in RPG Maker, programming all the dialogue, all the cutscenes, the battles, the maps, etc. Another part will be writing the script if I feel it's necessary. I'm thinking of kind of improvising since I don't want the game to be particularly long, and I like when the game can be kept sort of brief, because I want to make an RPG game that people can play without feeling overwhelmed. So there's not going to be like a whole bunch of really big bosses or anything like that. Dungeons aren't going to be super long. I just want it to be a story people can enjoy and like play in like 20 to 30 hours, or finish in 20 to 30 hours at max. That's my hope, at least, because I know that's a big problem for a lot of people when it comes to RPGs. A lot of people just don't have time to play them. And that's a struggle trying to convince people to play the Trails games, because not only are the games serialized, so you have to play the games like all the way in their entirety to get the full story, or you have to play all the games in order to get this full story. But each game is very long. The shortest entry in the series took me 40-ish hours to beat, I believe. And that was Trails in the Sky the Third. So, yeah, pretty damn long games. But they're really good. So, I tried convincing people, but it's natural to have a hard time. Anyway, I went off on a tangent because I love the Trails games. I want to make a somewhat shorter RPG that still tells a very fulfilling and rich story and allows players to get attached to the characters, because the characters are a huge focus in the game I'm making, as well as the music. I'm hoping to continue making really good music, and that is another task that will be considered part of game dev, composing the music. Most of the music in the game, or all the music in the game so far, are actually old songs of mine that I no longer have the original source files for, so I had to download them off of YouTube, and I just throw them into Audacity to make sure they're properly cut so that the loop points are as seamless as possible. And for the most part, I've done a good job with the loop points. They feel mostly natural. Some songs do have like that awkward stutter before they loop, but a lot of the time, I feel like players aren't going to be hearing those songs long enough to hear the stutter. Like, the main battle theme is almost like 3 minutes long, and there's no way you're going to be in a regular fight for 3 minutes. Unless you really like the song and just want to listen to it all the way, because it's a catchy tune. I like it. I'm totally okay with tooting my own horn about that. Either way, I've spoken long enough. It's already 11:51. I'm going to grab water and start making preparations for my game dev day. Well, it's evening now, and I almost had no voice, but I at least slightly warmed up before recording this. I did my game dev day, and it went well. Like I mentioned earlier, I had a schedule, so I took like scheduled breaks, and I just read this thing during breaks, so yeah, it's been really nice. I basically just did game development. I didn't watch any YouTube, I didn't listen to any music. I just focused on reading and working on my game. And I feel fantastic. I am very happy with the work I did today. And as we speak, I am uploading an unlisted version of the gameplay footage for what I managed to develop today. It's only part of it though, because the game is very choice-based, so if you make certain decisions and things like that, then I'm sorry, I just thought of something in the programming that I screwed up, and I need to fix it. But anyway, that's beside the point. An unlisted version of the video, or what I mean to say is, oh wow, I backtracked a little too far. The video only covers one of the endings of the prologue. There are 2 alternate scenes at the end, and 3 unique lines of dialogue at the end of the prologue that can happen depending on your choices, and it only portrays one of those paths. But damn, I just figured out how to fix all my problems. I'm gonna need to look into that later, but I'm going to take a break from it for now. I will need to write it down in my notes though. I need to remind myself to fix the programming so that way it displays the endings properly. Oh, I'm excited now. But yeah, I'm going to take a break tomorrow. I'm probably just going to write for a while and make tomorrow an Earthbound today, because I didn't play any games today. I did play Bravely Second for a little bit, but not for very long. Like I said, I mostly just worked on my own game today, and I'm very content with that. But that being said, I think I'll stop here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you tomorrow.